All right, so here's what we'll cover today. We'll cover how to buy and find 50 to 60K properties turnkey for monthly cash flow. This is not the entry fee. This is not your property tax. This is a whole single family home for this price. Does it sound sexy so far? All right, so I'm gonna talk about the best exit strategy that allows you to buy cash flow on properties out of state without the headaches of being a landlord. I've been doing real estate since 2009. I'm 25 years old, so you can do the numbers. I'll start. But I've tried it. I've tried the landlord route. I've tried Section 8. It burns you out the more doors you get. When you get an apartment building, you're still a landlord, right? And this is the model that allowed me to scale so fast. Being in California, I don't want to buy rental or buy no properties in California. That's not my jam. So this is the model that allows me to buy properties out of state, stress-free, without doing any repairs and not having to be a landlord. Does that sound good? All right. So I'm also giving you behind the scenes footage on what the conditions of the properties that we buy look like, right? Which is huge. I'm also going to show you, and I'm going to go over how we're gaining 20 to 30% cash on cash net returns per property. Net. I'm big on net. I don't talk about gross. These are net returns. And also going to show you how to do repairs on these properties ever again. Because I'm a lifestyle guy, right? And repairs burnt me out over the years. And this is the model that allows me to buy as many properties and enjoy the monthly cash flow. All right, so here's me right here. A little bit of backstory about myself. I was a truck driver before real estate. It wasn't all peaches and cream. Single dad. There's my son. Raise his hand, DJ. He's about to be 23 next month. All right. So he's definitely seen the long journey, the grind. He's driving trucks and making $6.50 an hour, and it wasn't pretty. My mom gave me the book, which all of you probably know, Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? Who doesn't know that book, right? Okay. And I read that book driving. So it was me and a partner driving trucks. I was driving the truck and we would take turns, and I would be in the passenger seat while he's driving trucks. And we were delivering copy machines. And I was reading this book that my mom gave me, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and opened me up to real estate. And I was like, okay, so cool. This wholesaling, it talked about wholesaling. And I was like, wholesaling sounds great. So I started off wholesaling in 2009 and flipped my first wholesale deal for $12.5. And from there, the floodgates just opened for me, right? And I quit my job to pursue music to then venture off into real estate. And that was in 2009 in the great crash. Anybody remember 2009? Okay, yeah, the whole world was on sale back then. Literally, if I would have just kept some of these properties in slow flips, man. So I've done nearly 1,000 since then. I've been in the game for 15 years. I've done nearly 1,000 real estate transactions. No more landlord problems, which is huge. Huge. Helped thousands of people get out of the real estate rat race, because that is a thing, by the way, real estate rat race. I don't care how much money you're making. All right. By generating cash flow in real estate, call us Cashflow Innovators. Everybody in this room is Cashflow Innovators today. All right. And I built my dream lifestyle around monthly cash flow and not active income. And I started that really building my cash flow really seriously around 2016 era. And I built my lifestyle around that, because a lot of people think, like me, I was building my lifestyle around active income, right? And that means you got to go, you get a check, get a fat check, and you go chase and go get another check. And you got to put your manual time into it. But with the cash flow, the money is just churning in every month, right? So who is a cash flow innovator? This is the stress-free investor, keyword stress-free investor that makes maximum amount of monthly cash flow buying turnkey properties without dealing with any tenants, right? Or doing any repairs by using a strategy called slow flipping, right? That's the key thing. You're not dealing with tenants, and you're not doing any repairs to any of these properties. Does this sound too good to be true? I believe it, but it's not. All right, so the slow flipping concept is very, very easy, extremely easy, right? Cashflow Innovator, as you buy a property to slow flip, all right? You make no repairs. When I say no repairs, you're not doing any repairs.
Hey, if you're watching this video, let me tell you one of the best strategies in real estate to make passive income or generate cash flow in your bank account every month. Now, I know most people that's watching this know about active income, or you're probably making active income, meaning that you have to work to make the money that you're getting. You know, once you get that one check, you gotta go work again, put your physical time in to make the next check, whether it's $1,000 or $100,000. But what I like is cash flow because it allows me to live the lifestyle, whether I'm working or not, that money is coming to my bank account every month. So it's a strategy in real estate that I like to apply called slow flipping. And why I like slow flipping is because I don't do any work to these properties. I'm basically buying properties sight unseen in markets that I've never been in. And the reason why I'm able to do that because I'm owner financing that property out to an owner occupant where they give me cash up front in my pocket, non-refundable, and they pay me every single month like I'm a bank. I'm not a landlord, they're not a tenant, I'm a bank, and they're basically the owners to that property while I get to generate monthly cash flow for 30 years. So here's a property right here, you can see it, right? I just acquired this property here for $55K. Sight unseen, as you see, it's turnkey. I'm not gonna do the repairs regardless. I'm gonna pass it to the owner occupant where they pay me every 30 years like a bank. So if you wanna learn this, generate monthly cash flow every month without doing any work, money coming to your bank account every month, passive income, click the link below, and I'll see you on the other side.
I promise you. All right, you sell the property as is with long-term owner financing and collect monthly cash flow on autopilot. That's the concept. Does it still sound too good to be true? Okay. She said, okay. So here's a rental property here in LA County. I actually know this owner. He bought this property for $1.8 million. Does those numbers sound familiar? $1.8 million for an investment rental property. All right. The owner dropped $800,000 cash. Well, even if you borrow PML, it's still $800,000 coming from somewhere, right? According to PropStream. Monthly payment on that loan is his loan is around 1.1-ish. The monthly payment on that is $8,491.34, principal, interest, tax, and insurance. Does those numbers sound pretty familiar? Okay. Property was on the rental market for $9K a month. You see where I'm going? Do y'all know investors that does this model here in California? No? All right. If owner gets $9K a month, that's $508.66 a month in net cash flow, not including his leaky toilet costs that's guaranteed to happen. I know some people in the back can't see the bottom of this, but do y'all know the cash on cash return on this? 0.007%. You know what his argument to me is? Antonio, it's going to go up in equity in 5 years. So you're going to tuck in $800K for 5 years? I don't know. That's something to question. All right, so let's just take half of that $800,000. Y'all follow me so far? Let's take half of that $800,000 that he dropped down, which is $400K, to buy 50K slow flip properties a piece. This is $1,000 a month, 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 $1,000 a month. That's $8,000 a monthly cash flow for over $400,000. Does that sound familiar? That doesn't sound. I was hoping y'all say no. Does it sound familiar? I want y'all to say no. This is the stress-free way. We're cash flow innovators, right? I know some things sound too good to be true, and usually they are too good to be true. But this model is not too good to be true. I've been doing this model. I've been in the game for 15 years, since 2009. I've been running this model since 2013. And I'll show you a timestamp. I'll show you a receipt in a minute. Okay. So the slow flipping model, you're only buying on acquisitions. You're not doing any repairs. I want to repeat that. You're not doing repairs. The deed stays in your name with this model, meaning you're always going to be in the driver's seat. You're not playing the landlord role. You get upfront non-refundable down payments. To some people, this may be a base hit wholesale deal, like, right? You get money up front. Easy to scale. Can buy easily in outside states, right? I'm a 100% outside investor in here, right? And you can evict these people, these owner occupants is what I call them. You can evict them like a regular tenant versus the traditional model. I don't have to go detail on this, but we all know what the traditional rental model is. You are a landlord. I never heard not one investor say, I love being a landlord. I never heard that, not one time. I haven't. You would need to put repairs into the property at all times, right? The tenant can call you for any repair needed. The tenant don't take care of the property as much as a slow flip property because it's their property when it's a slow flip. The tenant's deposit is refundable and is by far not easy to scale, especially with the bird method. I know probably anybody haven't heard about the bird method or heard of the bird method before? Everybody, okay. All right, so I'm gonna go. All right, so here's the actual numbers on this property that we never seen in our entire life in person. We bought the property for my student bought this property for $48,000 sight unseen. All of our properties are brought sight unseen. I know that may be unheard of, but we buy all of our properties sight unseen. Did no repairs. He received $3,000 upfront non-refundable down payment, slow flipped or owner financed it out to an owner occupant for $79,000. There's always gonna be interest involved over the course of 30 years. He's collecting $1,150 a month off a $48,000 investment. That's a 28.7 cash on cash return. Does that sound sexy? Does that sound sexy? These are base hit numbers in the slow flip world. 28.7% return. That's base hit. A home run is like 50 or 60%. And that's Nate Olston. You can look him up. He's an actor here in California. He's picked up 5 in the last 2 months. He's about to buy another 5 next month. Here's my first slow flip. I know it's hard to see, but that receipt is June 25th, 2013. That was when I first became a true cash flow innovator. Before that, I was buying traditional rental properties and I was burnt out. So I bought this property. This is probably the end of the Great Recession. So I bought that property for $12,000. Those numbers are doesn't exist no more. But I bought that property. I was wholesaling. I was wholesaling a lot, and I was starting cherry pick traditional rental properties. And I could have wholesaled that and for like probably $8,000 at the time. It made for $20,000 total. It made $8,000, but I decided to keep it. But the backstory of this, in 2012, I decided to rent it out. I was a landlord. That's Miss Clark that's with me right there in that picture in 2013. I converted her over once her lease was up in 2013, a year later. I converted her over to the slow flip model, which now she does the repairs, right? She was paying me $700 a month on the lease, so I kept her term the same when I owner financed her the property. So nothing really changed on her side other than her giving me $1,800 non-refundable down, right? She's still paying me $700 a month, and I promise you, I haven't heard from Ms. Clark since 2014. She pays, the money goes direct deposit into my bank account every single month. I haven't got one leaky toilet call because of the dynamic of the exit strategy. I did not lease, I slow flipped it out. Now it's her property, her repairs, her responsibility. Does that sound good? This property's in Virginia, by the way. All right, and since I haven't turned back, I've been buying slow flips since 2013. I brought this property here for $53,000. Sight unseen, this would probably be what? In Reseda, maybe what, $800,000? Give or take, right? And still need rehab. Look at that, brick rancher with a new roof, $53K, sight unseen. I say we buy turnkey properties. I'm not lying. We did no repairs, $4K upfront, non-refundable down, slow flipped it to an owner occupant, $99,000 plus interest, collecting $1,250 a month. You see the cash on cash return, 28.3%. Does that sound sexy? 28.3%. Every slow flip property to me is like my little Chase bank account. my little Bank of America. It's my little bank accounts. Because I'm the bank. We're the bank with this model. Literally, we are the bank. We're not landlords. Literally. Also bought this property for $59,500, sight unseen, did no repairs. And I have 20 minutes, so I could show these all day, but I have to keep this, I condense it as best as possible. $59,500, sight unseen, did no repairs. This is in the Illinois market. $4K upfront, non-refundable down, slow flip at $99,000, collecting $1,200 a month. And that's a 24% return. 24%, these are base hit numbers, base hit. So how the slow flip process works, you, the cash flow innovator, you find a property to buy. You buy that property, let's say $50K. That's the total price, not a down payment. Cash from your bank account, private money lender, stock, or whatever the case, IRA. Anybody here have a 401k IRA from a previous job? You can roll that over and buy real estate all day. That's easy, right? Property is slow flip, owner finance, and owner occupant on a 30-year agreement for deed. The reason why I like agreement for deed is because the deed stays in your name with that structure, right? The owner occupant gives you $3K non-refundable deposit up front, and they pay you $1,200 a month going to your bank account on autopilot for 30 years. This is the actual property. This is the real receipt. My son actually found the owner occupant on that deal right there. He found somebody to bring $3,000 down. I paid $50 for that property, sold it for $109,900 plus interest with an agreement for deed, and they're paying me $1,200 a month.